What up, y'all? This is Jamba, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so what is this? They don't give an F. 304 talk 304 TikTok. Those of you who do not know, 304 is a euphemism for hoe. So hoe TikTok got chicks doing 304 or hoe tours, showing how much money they made. Quote, I got a bag. Now, I've talked um a little bit about this kind of culture before. Now, this is really the we're talking about the streets here. It says over up there. Can you see my mouse? It says the Chicago Blade. A blade, I believe, is another word for basically a street or a alley or what have you outside where young women, sometimes underage, prostitute themselves. So we are talking about prostitutes today, I guess. This is on World Star. I found this to be. Here's why I wanted to do this. Right, I believe because I've heard a little bit more people joke about in the comedy streets, joke about Figueroa and stuff like that. And Figueroa, those of you who do not know, is a street in Los Angeles where there's a lot of p activity in more ways than one. A lot of young women, and I'll be driving. Look, I don't go down there for those reasons, but when I want to go to the freeway, I would drive past Figueroa, and not all the time, but often I would see a young woman, unfortunately, wearing very scantily clad outfits, crossing the streets or whatever. I'll take a peek. Oh, but I think that from what I've and there's articles to confirm this, but I believe that this is becoming more and more um of a, I don't want to say an epidemic, but there are more women, young women, who are prostituting themselves, whether it's on here on the, like, in the streets, or via sugaring and stuff like that. This, especially with the economy, this is more of a thing. And I personally have looked on TikTok and typed in 304 TikTok or whatever, and there's a lot of submissions. In every video, there's a lot of comments and a lot of likes. So this is a this is more common than a lot of, and I'm gonna start the video, I promise. This is more common than what people think. I think that when people, particularly men, think about women who are actually selling themselves, they think about the women on the blade. They think, oh yeah, that woman's, we know who they are. But I think even the women that you may not necessarily have guessed are in these activities sometimes are as well. But let's dive in here. That was a bit of a long intro. Maybe it's because this is a sensitive topic. Let's dive in though.
Tremendous is a free
Ah,
platform that allows businesses to send gift
let
cards
me
and money to
do that.
recipients in over
Just
200
one more
countries.
second. Okay. All right. Just got paid 1,600 for sticking my finger in a 71-year-old man ass. Wow.
Here I am waiting for someone that couldn't give.
Now, before I continue, because we know that this is, the world's oldest profession, so this isn't the act of doing that for money is anything new. I just, but there was a time where these things were done in the shadows, and now it seems as though young women are no longer have the shame of engaging in this activity, at least not nearly as much as they used to. I mean, the fact that you decided, because mind you, it's not like she's making money from this post. More than likely, she's not making any money. She doesn't, like, she probably only has like 200 followers or maybe 2,000, but regardless, she's not making any money from this post. So she doesn't really gain anything monetarily from posting it. Like, I could see if she's on a podcast and she was getting paid to, like, there's women who go on podcasts to talk about their shit. This woman is not being paid to admit this. And for whatever reason, she felt the need to talk about how she got paid to do it. So it's telling. I think this whole notion of slut shaming, I to be honest with you, think it's more of a thing of a past because again, a lot of young women do not feel any shame in their game, so to speak, including this one.
Tell me why I'm waiting for someone that couldn't give. Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside home. I work at Hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at Ho.
Is that a tattoo of I think that's a tattoo of Mickey Mouse. Look, man, I've never I'm not this is not me patting myself on the back. I can't see why a man would date a woman of this caliber, even for just purely sexual physical purposes. Like I just think that like I don't even think you can pay me to be with a woman like that with the nail. Like I don't the nails and hair and it's just maybe some people like that, to each their own. But you don't. I don't know. Let's just keep watching.
Hoeing. That's the company I work at. Hoeing. 304 shit. 304. Chicago ho shit. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's 5:47 in the morning. Let's do a
I'm gonna be as because when I get on YouTube, I try not to be a dickhead. I've been a dickhead before. Maybe I've been a dickhead on my page. Um, this woman is you could look. I don't need to say anything about her. You see her on the screen. You see how much money she has in her hand. I have this saying that when women try to compare themselves and them dating versus men dating and all these other gender like bullshit is vastly different. And this is the evidence. This is the saying. There's no such thing in 2024 as an undesirable woman. I'm gonna repeat, there's no such thing in 2024 as an undesirable woman. As long as you're a woman, you don't have to be in shape, you don't have to be tall, you don't have to be pretty, you don't have to be slim, you can be overweight, you can you you don't have to be rich. You will have a number of men still desire you regardless, and not just desire you for just sex, but for other things as well. Now, um, if you look at her and how much money, now let's just play. Let me not look. Maybe she's an entrepreneur. Maybe she's made the money some other way. Let's just indulge for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's 5:47 in the morning. Let's do a money count because today's been a good one. This client hit me up. He came into town from Canada. I'm sorry if I'm low energy. I'm just really freaking tired. I've been up since like 8 or 9 in the morning. I can't
Oh my god.
really remember. I'm like delirious at this point. But let's get into it. I hate counting 50s because it just throws off my count. So, all right. Let's see if I can do this being as delirious as I am right now.
Look, man, I can see if she's a big girl and her hair is done, she got her nails, like if you're gonna go with that, because I know that guys have the different types, but this girl doesn't have her nails done. I mean, look, maybe she took them off. I don't fucking know, but I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 7. 2, 3, 4, 8. 2, 3, 4, 9. 2, 3.
this girl making this amount of money, I can see why. I mean, young women, if you're watching this, I can see why and sympathize a little bit. Not necessarily empathize, but sympathize. I think those are two different things. To y'all being tempted to get into this, or to sugar yourselves out, or to, do an OnlyFans, or to sell your feet pics or whatever. I can see why, because the barrier of entry to make money is so minimal. Like, if I need y'all to think about this. If she made that much money looking, and you know what, and there's a case to say that maybe because she's big, she was able to get more customers because maybe she's cheaper. I don't fucking know how it works in that world, or maybe because she's a fetish. Like, I don't know. So maybe it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to work in my brain. But my point is that I can see why a lot of young women, like the Cash Me Out girl, turns 18, and on her fucking 18th birthday gets an only, like, I can see why, because it's like, why, if this is available, if this is always available to you as a young woman, then why, I can see why you have the incentive to work hard and go to college, and make something else, and that's what most women kind of end up doing anyway. But I can see why the temptation is there, because look, I mean, again, you can look like her and make that much money. Now, also, to be fair, she's out on the streets, more than likely, and very dangerous, very, 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 very dangerous job. So I'm not saying that the cash is ultimately worth it, but I'm just saying that I can understand the temptation, not just about getting on the streets in general, but just, or getting on the streets in particular, but in general, of the idea of monetizing yourself in some way, shape, or form.
looking for. I was in Mr. Canada for like 30 minutes, and then I went to go see that guy downtown whose house my car got broken into at. Yeah. Um, he made up for it even more today, even though he already paid for my window. But he gave me all of these ones as well because he was in the strip club before he saw me.
Oh, this is just one guy.
And they were just regular service appointments. Not every appointment is like brown showers. But yeah,
What?
let's
Wait,
finish.
wait. Whoa, 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 whoa.
They were just regular service appointments. Not every appointment is like brown showers.
I'm not gonna, we're not gonna say what a brown shower is. Anyone with a few brain cells left in the chamber probably can put together what a brown shower is. We live in a very, very, look, man, if you looked at a piece of pornography, you've contributed to it. So I'm not going to talk as if I'm somebody who's holier than thou, but we live in a very sexually perverse age, man. And maybe, I'm a believer in the Bible, so I guess, you could say that since the fall of man, we've always have. But I mean, good Lord.
But yeah, let's finish counting this money. I already have 1,000, so 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 60, 110, 210, 220, 230. So that's 1230 in big bills, and then the rest are ones. I counted this a minute ago, and I think it was like $113. So I don't know what that is all added together. I'm seriously delirious right now. But I love y'all. Good morning. Have a great day. I hope y'all are blessed, and I hope you go make some money because, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep. I love y'all. Good night.
um if I couldn't see what her TikTok moniker was. I mean, there's probably a way I can find it, maybe, because sometimes it tends to move. I guess it didn't. But I would love to see how many people like that video. That would be really telling to see how many people liked the video, and what the comments were. And again, go on. If people who think that, it's only not that many women who do, no, it's quite a bit, yo. This is growing and growing and growing. The number of women on the blade, in the streets, on Figueroa, it's not, the number is not decreasing, it is increasing. And this is me not trying to shame anything, I mean, maybe in a way, but it's just more so to kind of talk about this because this is a thing that we don't like to talk about at Thanksgiving dinner. Like we don't, we don't always want to say how, your unemployed cousin who is 22 years old has a Tesla and she hasn't had a job in, like a real job that we all know how she got that Tesla. She just got a Tesla. We don't want to talk about it, but she got that Tesla somehow. You know what I mean? So, but let's continue.
To go to sleep. I love y'all. Good night.
Hey y'all, I'm finally home after my month and a half, not a month and a half, like a month and like a few days tour. So I just
On tour. Now, I need you guys to remember. So, on tour. So, I used to play basketball, and we never in the sports world. You don't generally call you going to play games overseas or across the country. We don't say on tour like you're traveling. On tour kind of means it's like that's mainly like a kind of a musical thing, right? Like, oh yeah, like my favorite band is going on tour, but they are using that language of on tour to talk about selling box. Like that's kind of I need you guys to understand, like that is I don't want to say it's like some sick shit, but like just think about just the framework of that of you're not traveling because you have like a particular skill set, or you can sing, or you can dance, or you're part of a fucking improv group, or you do stand-up comedy, or you're a fucking mime or some shit. But you are traveling, and you are allowed to travel because you're seeing different men for money, and then and that's the main reason. That's the it's And then the funny thing is, here's the funny thing. And I'm gonna continue this, but the funny thing is that a woman like this will travel, and will either travel across the country, or maybe to other countries, or maybe I'm not sure if she was traveling to other countries, but they will just travel in general. And then you try to talk to them, and maybe you don't know about what she's actually doing, and you're just you know actually trying to date her like a fucking regular person. And she talked about, yeah, last month I went to Michigan, and the other month I was in Miami for a couple of weeks, and then I went to New York, and I'm making this, and I went to Illinois for a little bit, like touring. But she doesn't tell you it's touring because you're talking to her like a normal fucking civilian. And then as a man, your dumbass just think that she, is an entrepreneur, and she's, wow, you must have a great business. And then so because I don't believe that young men travel like that. I know that now, and I might do a video about this, but I know that men and young people in general are trying to travel more, and it's like travel culture is like, I believe it's a thing. I do want to travel more, but I think that young women travel far fucking more on average than an average man. I'm not saying that this is the reason, but they are able to travel like this, and most men are not able to go on a fucking dick tour. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I literally just got home like not even an hour ago. I just took a nice little bath / shower, so I feel clean. I feel good. I haven't unpacked yet because like the bed bug situation, so I'm just kind of afraid to unpack. My stuff is in my car. Anyways,
it's not the only thing that probably has some bugs. Let's continue.
we're gonna do money count real quick. Yeah, so we're gonna start the money count.
I'll be honest with you, that doesn't seem like a whole lot for you leaving. That don't seem like a whole lot. I'll just be honest with you. Maybe there's some hundreds in there. I don't know, $500 bills, whatever, some, but that doesn't seem like a whole lot.
I might end up having to like speed through this.
Okay, that is a lot of hundreds, I'll admit. Okay, now we're on to 50s.
Okay.
Look, man, if you're a young woman and you are willing to if you don't, I'm not gonna say if you don't have any self respect. I mean, I guess you can. I'm not gonna go into like whether these women have self respect. More than likely, they probably don't. But man, on the other side of that is a lot of money, man. It's like y'all can, ladies can really. I saw a few posts about there was a young woman who was one of the ring girls on the Mike Tyson fucking Jake Jake I was gonna say Jake Floyd Jake Paul fight, the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. There was a young woman. Her name was Sydney. They were kind of comparing it. People were comparing it to Sydney Sweeney, and she gained like 300,000 followers overnight just because she was, and obviously I'm not gonna, however she got that position, maybe I don't know, she probably earned it or whatever. But she was a young woman. I mean, I'm not. This is not to disparage her, but it is, women in a myriad of ways. We've gotten to a point in society where a lot of them are able to, in a way, live on easy mode. I'm not saying that she's living on easy mode per se. She's probably, to get to a point, she probably might have had some struggle in life or whatever. I don't fucking know. Maybe she hasn't, um, but you can't tell me that this is hard earned money. Like I said, we can go here, and the woman, she stuck her finger in a 70-year-old man's ass and got $1,600. And look, let's be honest with you, more than likely they're not gonna. It's a lot of money, you guys. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it is like it's quite a bit. But let's continue.
Okay.
And at some point, either one of these women that we just showed is going to be somebody's mother, and maybe even somebody's girlfriend or somebody's wife. And there's a good chance that their sons or daughters or their husbands or boyfriends. I guess it's less likely now because they're posting it on TikTok. So, but there's a decent chance that they might not know what what she's doing, right? Or what she did do. Or even worse. Even worse is a man is gonna be with a woman like this and know exactly what the fuck she was doing and accept her anyway. And I'm not gonna say that people can't change per se, but that also ties into, especially for a man, how desperate and how, for lack of a better word, down bad a lot of men are, that they're more than willing to perfectly fine with being with a woman who talks openly about, sticking a finger up a 71-year-old man's asshole, or, just counting the money that she made sucking dick from state to state, right?
So I made total $13,560, 12,535 in cash, and then Venmo's 1,025. Yeah. So that's total. I think I feel like I got the math wrong because I feel like I didn't. I don't know, because I was like calculating it, and I'm trying to calculate like Venmo.
People are, look at this woman now, fellas. I need you guys to put your let's let's take away the prostitution bit for a second. Let's just look at this woman and just look at her. And I'm not going to change the. Let's just look at her. Would you swipe right on this woman? Would you approach this woman if she was at your local gas station and you saw her pumping her gas and she was alone by herself? If you saw her working out, would you approach? Um, and also, on top of that, would you take this woman out? Would you take her to a nice restaurant? Would you pay $100 to buy her a steak dinner? Would you want to hold hands with her to the fucking county fair? I'm going to assume that the answer is no. I'm going to assume that the answer is no on all fronts. This woman is not necessarily ugly, but she is not someone who, generally speaking, I believe, again, the person, whoever's watching this, you wouldn't more than likely swipe right on this woman. You probably wouldn't take her on a date or be seen in public with her. But people are paying her hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to sleep with her.
And then I was putting it on my phone like cash and Venmos, and I think I was just only putting. I don't know. I fucked up. close enough. I think it's like close enough. Okay, that's as much as I think I made. So yeah, not too bad. I feel like I could have made more. Definitely could have made more. But whatever. Anyway, that's all.
Come with me on a date. Somebody hired me to come and dance for them. So here I go. I mean, I used to be a dancer. I haven't danced in a while. I'm trying to get back to it. We had to wait for the gas station to open so I can grab me a little beer before I did that so I can get in the mood. Went to the hotel and whatnot. But yeah, I'm like, I got to get back to dancing. I miss making money like this. He paid me $700 to come and chill with him this morning. And we had a good day.
This is how we send gift cards and money at scale with Tremendous. It's a free platform that makes it easy for business.
That it? That was it. And we know what the chilling consisted of. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Um, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I think I gave y'all enough for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you'll have more content coming very soon.